Okay, it's good to see all of you. Thank you for joining us. Right now, today, we want to talk about that next wave of mobile computing. That's what I want to do. I want to talk about what mobile productivity and creativity starts to look like. And basically, this is another opportunity to create something new. I'm not trying to reinvent the phone, but I do believe this is a better way to get things done, a better way to create, and a better way to connect on a mobile device. It's got a perfect feel. It feels, it feels premium. The hinge feels incredible. It's beautiful, and it just adapts. Look, it does things that single screen devices can't do, period. But we'll call this the home screen, and let me orient you to it. You can see a taskbar. If you squint here, you understand what a taskbar is if you've been on this journey with Microsoft for some time. Your favorite, the Microsoft you love is here. The Android absolutely in play. When I swipe, you can see just the simple gestures of moving, paging. Now this is my device, so you can kind of see all my properties. You can see the Microsoft feed, which Shilpa will talk about in just a minute. Ultimately, though, if I just swipe up with my thumb, you can see the app drawer, and as you would expect, on my right side, swipe it up. So you can engage either screen at any time to drive into Android. Same with notifications. So when we say the Android I think that's a super important element of the product itself. And same if I swipe down. So look at my one click. You see I open OneDrive. It opens on the screen that I push. On the other screen, I can operate. So when I say staying in flow, like what does it mean? I can do whatever else I want at the same time, which is super powerful, and it's predictive. Because here you are, you're in the space that you chose, and now you have a second space. Now let me show you how the device can adapt to any posture. So as I grab it, I can fling it to the right screen, I can fling it to the left screen. I'm going to show you one more gesture so we can control the app. I'm going to span it for you. So let me just hold it here. Okay, now this is called spanned. This is important. So as you start to transition from screen to screen, sometimes you're going to want to use both screens together. OneDrive and all the Microsoft products have come to life where you span them and different magical things happen. Here you can see these pictures. I took them last night. This is of Anna, me, the family. I'm going to click on Anna. On the right screen, she's going to open up. This is actually just the single app taking advantage of two screens, which I just think is cool. Now check out what happens. I'm going to click the link in this message. And you see how the device lights itself up on the other screen. Okay, this is the first step in keeping you in flow. In general, you hit a text. There's a link. You go look what's in the link. You're out of texting. In this case, take a look. I'm still texting, and I'm in flow with the data that I wanted to see. We're driving home, and we wanted to find, from Oregon, and we wanted to find some trails to hike. She opened all trails, and she hit directions. Check out how this works. You see how Google Maps lights up. Now, this is an app out of the Play Store. You click on directions. That Maps opens on the second screen. Okay, this is rad. Why is this important? Generally, well, let me show you the other way. If I were to fold this back, just show you this. Now I'm in phone mode. You know what this is. This looks like a phone. This is something you know. If I hit directions now, Google Maps opens on the same page. It occluded fundamentally what was there. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite features of the product. This is called App Groups. I'm going to hold my finger on Instagram. I'm going to hit Groups. I'm just walking you through it because I know it's hard to see. And when you get your devices, I want you to create your own groups as you find that magic in what you do. I'm going to connect it with Twitter. So Instagram and Twitter. And I've created a new app group for those side by side. Now you're going to see Instagram and Twitter open side by side. And that's a pretty fundamentally cool thing. You see how I'm now operating in both. I use these quite often, which is important to me personally. When you make a great product, when it starts to transition and transform, it feels emotional. Look at this. This is Instagram in a way you've really never seen it before. It's quite powerful. And so let me span Kindle to show you something very cool. So this is the Kindle app span. Now this is the Amazon team did some incredible work here specifically for Duo. And when I turn a page, look at that. So what is this? So for me, the same idea of emotion. When I'm reading a book, I'm in my book. This is a book posture. So if I'm in if I'm in Outlook, you can see here the reply button and see if you can stay with me. Bob, can you see it? Can you see the screen? I'm going to hit reply. Now look under my left thumb what happens. When I hit reply, you're going to see the keyboard span to my left thumb. Actually truncates so I can reach it with my thumb. Now I can make that any keyboard I want, but this is the product adapting to you. It's just an easy way to understand it. And then if I take it, and this is the SwiftKey team that builds this, I fling it to the other screen. I hit there. Now look what's happened. It's under my right thumb, the same keyboard. But if I'm a phone user, I just flip it back, and this is how I want to do it. And this is a two-thumb posture. Click, watch the keyboard. full keyboard. You see Outlook span, so now I'm not occluding. I literally can see my whole mail and my thumbs below. Do you remember this form factor? Do you remember this posture? I do. This is my primary. Join a meeting. So this is the Microsoft feed. Again, Shilpa will get into it. I'm going to join a meeting in Teams. But I've opened Teams. You can see Teams on both screens, which is just a phenomenal scenario. And there's a chat here that Adrian had put in some chat. Adrian, you want to wave just to say hi? Because you look, yeah, there you go. Hey, sorry. So you can hear me, that's good. So I've opened it, there's a chat, and there's a link here from YouTube. This is the video we were working on, or a video, not the one we were working on because I want to hold it for later. And you can see the video playing up top. Here's another posture where the product adapts to you. I set it down on the table, and now we're going to watch the video. Shilpa's here with us today.
We built this product while staying true to our goal of helping you use the best device for the moment and staying productive on the go. But what I'm going to do is basically span the OneNote app. As you can see, it really celebrates the fact that we have two screens on the Duo device. And I have now the ability to easily transition between my notebook and my daughter's notebook and also all of the sections inside it. Notice I use the same Surface Pen as my Studio. And I'm able to actually easily use the device to take notes. And then, of course, if I want a more immersive mode, all I need to do is rotate my Duo. And of course, these notes roam across all of my devices inside OneNote. I'm going to just select the ingredients I need to buy from the grocery store. Let's do that. I usually have salt and pepper at home. So I'm just going to drag and drop it onto my Microsoft To Do app. And this is perfect because it saves me a ton of time during the week. And if I needed to actually go and cook the recipe at a later time, all I do is set my phone on the counter. My hands are free to be able to make the recipe for my family. And one of my most favorite features to start my day is my Microsoft 365 feed on Duo. I'm able to see all of my meetings. I can join my meeting. I can see my tasks, my notes. I can even see my most recently used documents. This is entirely personalizable and customizable. I have the ability to add Android widgets. And for those of us that are interested, we also have News at a Glance here. And with the Your Phone app, now I have the ability to be able to access both of my screens right from both of my Duo screens on my Studio. And so if you can look at it here, I can use touch to dismiss that app I just opened. I can use my entire large screen. I can use my keyboard. Now watch what happens on my Studio when I rotate my Surface Duo. So I'm going to rotate it. We dynamically reorient this entire image for you. And so if I wanted to play a video, I have the ability to use touch to do that. I'm just going to go back in and show you one other thing on the screen here. And then again, I could dismiss this. I have the ability to shut the video down as well. And then let's look at WhatsApp. This is interesting, but watch as I span it as well. Just like on the Surface Duo, on the Your Phone app, I'm able to get this full screen immersive experience right there. And then as I start responding to this message, I have the ability to look at the exact same predictions from SwiftKey on Duo while using my Surface Duo on my Your Phone app as well. Now, watch this. I could close my Duo and put it away. And I still have access to everything from my Duo on my Surface Studio. I could look at my notifications. I could look at my photos. I can even make and receive phone calls. And then, of course, I can get my text messages as well on the Your Phone app.
Hi, everyone. Jasmine and I are excited to be here today and share a little bit about Surface Duo with you. You're in the Surface Labs on the Microsoft campus. This is where we have our teams of designers and engineers work together to make products like Duo. One of the first things you'll notice with the product is its vibrant OLED displays. Duo has a custom pixel stack and a proprietary dual display calibration process. That way, the two screens look the same no matter what orientation the device is in. The assembly process has active pixel alignment, making sure the two screens are perfectly aligned across the hinge. We have touch and ink synchronization between the left and right sides, making sure you can drag and drop across apps.
Now, the hinges on Surface Duo are incredible. They join the two sides together, both mechanically and electrically, to give you a full 360 degrees of rotation. And the design draws on our history of innovation in our Surface hinges. We made it to be fluid and effortless to open, yet it still has the friction and stability you need to stop in any position. To do this, we dialed in the gears with watch-like precision and are routing ultra-thin wires between the two displays that carry data, power, and control signals.
Duo's design drove us to be able to split the batteries into an asymmetric configuration, requiring us to be able to charge and charge balance the two sides independently. The cells on the two halves also power the systems on the two halves and come together to act as one to be able to meet the demands of the processor. especially while running multiple apps.
This product goes on sale starting tomorrow. You can pre-order, people can pre-order Surface, and this is kind of the news, so you're aware, but they start ordering it in the US tomorrow through Microsoft.com, AT&T, BestBuy.com, and it's available in people's hands on September 10th. The price is starting at $13.99. I'm pretty excited to see people get their hands on them. And the fact that you receive it, we are all grateful. So on behalf of Microsoft and the Surface team and so many other teams across Microsoft and even Google that worked on this, I just wanted to say thank you.